radio station.
Good evening, our listener. We hope you had a good day today and Happy New Year to you. Now, from wherever you're tuning in from, welcome to this show. We're your hosts, Esther and Eric. And as usual, this is where we talk about issues affecting men in our society today. Issues that are less spoken about but which are taking a toll on the man. Stay tuned for the next 10 minutes as we look at domestic violence against men.
So now we can give our guest in studio a chance to introduce himself. Welcome.
Thank you so much. My name is Njenga. I'm a counselling psychologist. I run an initiative called Encouraged to Inspire. Basically, that initiative is for the young people between the age of 13 to 35 years. And I tackle different issues. And this topic, gender-based violence on men, it's something that is really nice. And I thank you so much for talking about this because it is not talked about. So I am ready. Let's do it.
Yeah. Nice. I like that, Psych. So we can actually get right into it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And we can lead with the first question.
Yes.
Which is actually a general approach towards gender-based violence against men, but it's where we should start in order to understand how we should move forward.
Yes.
So how would you say gender-based violence is viewed in our society?
Right now, it is post-COVID. A lot of issues have been going on in men, and men don't talk about it. You know, society has taken the men to be the strongest. Men shouldn't do this and that. You know, our culture has brought up men that men shouldn't cry, of which men should cry. If you're there listening, please, if you have an issue, if you're a man, Leah, just cry. It is normal. Crying helps relieve a lot of burden in whatever that you're going through. So the society in gender-based violence, I would say we have really put much pressure on men. That the ladies, it's like we have put much pressure now on ladies that we've forgotten about men. You get it? Yeah. So society, not yet there. For men, I don't think we are yet there. We really need to, as a society, we really need to check on men's issues because now it's high time to listen to men.
Yeah.
Because men need a lot.
You know, according to now how the society is looking at this whole thing of violence against men,
Yes.
what would make many men to remain silent? You know, they are in a relationship where it's full of violence.
Yes.
But the man is quiet about it.
Yes.
He's not, you know, taking any action or he's not talking about it.
Yes.
You know, what would be making that man to behave in such a manner?
Number one thing, I'd say the society and our cultures are not given a safe space for men to talk about their issues. Because you mentioned, we have put much focus on the girl child. Now the man there, or the boy child is like, why should I talk about my issue? Why should I express myself if I have no one to listen to me? If a man goes to a fellow man, or if a man goes to a lady and asks for help, yes, the lady might help, the man might help, but afterwards, this lady or man might be like, you are a man. Why didn't he have to do this and that for himself? So like we have given there's a role that we've given the men, that the men shouldn't go through anything. Men are the strongest. Our culture too. You know, there are cultures that don't believe men should have any trouble. Mwanaume akiwa na shida, kuna culture inaamini mwanaume ni mwanaume, akae ngumu. But it doesn't have to be that way, because now if you talk about men not expressing themselves, there are men who commit suicide because they have no one to listen to them. You know, depression comes in, suicidal thoughts. It's not only the ladies that go through those mental health illnesses, but even the men. So I think it's high time the society and our culture and the whole world at large gives a safe space for men to talk about their issues and not be judgmental and say you are a man, unafaa kukaa ngumu.
Since you've mentioned that we need to open up and create space, like, can you give us maybe, let's say, a way, or what can you advise as a psychologist is a better way or a precise way in which people can take that approach into creating space for men?
Number one thing I need to say is that, you know, if a man comes to you for help, you know, we have friends, Esther and Eric, we have friends.
Sure.
And you know, our friends, these people, we have different friends. Help this man, because if you imagine, Eric, umenibuy a drink, then nimekuwa sober. The same issues will come back. How have you helped me? You know, You need to, as much as you'll buy me a drink, drinking isn't bad. Us going for a drink isn't bad, but it doesn't have to be the solution to whatever I'm going through. Help me in a way. Find a way to help me. If my issues needs therapy, find ways to get me a therapist to do me counseling sessions, you know? But you don't have to, each and every time a man comes to you for help, twende tukunywe bana. Ai, unakaa aje uko na shida. Ukikunywa, what will that sort? So create a safe space in terms of when a person or a man comes to you for help, you find ways and try as much as possible, as much as you will go out and have something together, try as much as possible to find help for this man. If it's money, try and yes, give him money, but also show him ways on how to make the money. Understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
At what point would you say in a relationship does it turn from healthy disagreement,
Yes.
where people are just talking it out because people disagree? That's natural.
Yes.
Does it turn from that to actual physical assault against a man? At what point would you say that does that turn?
Where it changes from healthy to maybe violence, physical or verbal, first thing first, you as a man, you need to know kwa nini umekuwa na partner. Ikianza kuwa violence, una get back uangalie what is the reason as to why what is the reason that made you be with this lady? Is it because of the way he look or the way she looks? You go back. Sasa ukigo back unaanza kurealize how worthy you are. So any man who is undergoing in a relationship that is undergoing verbal abuse or any type of violence, then that's where toxicity comes in, and when it becomes toxic, it can't be changed. You know, a start of something, kitu ikianza tu hivi, a behavior that is introduced. You know, in psychology, there's something we talk about behavioral theory. It is something that has been learned. It can also be unlearned. But when you learn a behavior and you as a person, you don't want to change on that behavior, then it's going to be impossible. So ukiingia kwa hii relationship as a man, and this lady of yours kabisa from the word go, kutoka mwanza kudate ulianza kuona some of the red flags za huyo dem, then you're like, hii ni sasa hii, wacha nivumilie. Then later on, trust you me, itakuwa verbal abuse, na verbal abuse the way inaanza. That's the first step of domestic violence in a man. Yes.
We are taking a short break. After the break, we want our guest today to tell us, what are the red flags, that men should be looking out for in women as they get into relationships,
And for those actually in relationships, what are the red flags or the points to note in order to avoid a relationship going from
healthy
very good to healthy to violent?
Yes.
So,
exactly. Because at the end of the day, what we are trying to look at is not just the problem, we want to also get ways of dealing with these problems and get solutions.
Yeah.
If you haven't heard of this, you're probably living under a rock. Well, get out of it, because the Man Enough program empowers men to understand and embrace real masculinity in an attempt to unleash the man in you. So are you man enough? Sign up today.
As a man, as you get into a relationship or as you choose a partner, what are some of the signs you should be looking out for so that you avoid finding yourself as a victim of GBV?
It all depends. It's all about expectation, respect. Another thing you need to check on you as a man, how mature is this lady to sort the issue? Mtu akikasirika kwambia mimi nitakuja kukuua Esther, trust me, at some point alikuwa anafikiria kukuua, and that's a red flag. Whatever they say when they're angry, you need to realize and you need to know that you're worth every bit of happiness. So if a relationship doesn't make you happy, you can walk out.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. See you tomorrow at the same time. Tomorrow we'll be speaking about rejection and how men are dealing with it. See you then.
Yeah. And don't forget to join the conversation on our social platforms. E-squared, #E-squared on Twitter, #E-squared on Instagram, on FB, it's esquared.co.ke, and stay tuned for more. And see you next time.
See ya.